Well, there's a great deal more enthusiasm and a greater positive outlook than I think people in the country generally recognize. We recognize that the country's facing some very, very difficult times, but we also recognize that the only way to get out of trouble is to encourage the private sector to grow, is to see a rejuvenation of the entrepreneurial sector of America. Stimulating government is not going to get America out of the challenges we have, and so the ideas of those that understand how the economy works, conservatives, those ideas are needed now as never before.
Great. In your speech, what are you going to tell the attendees?
I'm going to lay out a vision for conservatives, not just to say no to what Barack Obama is proposing, but to say yes to our own plan with regards to health care, education, to energy, to the environment. We have the right way forward for America, and our way is a very different way than the one that's being proposed by the most liberal members of Congress.
You've been outspoken concerning the recent bailouts. What would Governor Mitt Romney do? What would be in your legislation were you to write a stimulus package?
You know, I had the chance to work with Senator McCain over the last couple of months as he was putting together his own stimulus package. I thought that package made sense. It called for lowering taxes on middle-income Americans, encouraging additional savings by middle-income Americans, and also spending dollars on things like our defense system, bringing back up to date our military armaments, as well as our infrastructure. His plan was about a $440 billion stimulus plan for this year. That one made sense to me.
Now, I understand that there may be a book in the works. Could you tell us about that?
I am working on a book. It looks at America, the challenges I think we face over the coming half a century, what we have to do to remain the world's leading power, and that's not going to be easy. We've been on a long slide competitively, from an education standpoint, from a whole series of directions, and it's time for us to take some corrective action. I hope we'll see this administration move in the right direction, but at this stage, it's mostly hope.
Groups like ours, American Future Fund, seeks to educate conservatives on free market principles. For too long, groups like MoveOn.org have been on the playing field, while conservatives have really been relegated to the sidelines. We hope to change that. What is your advice for a group like American Future Fund, and where do you see us in promoting conservative values?
You know, I'd like to see us on college campuses. I'm hoping that you're able to take your message to college groups. You'll find that by and large, as you're introduced, you'll get a lot of boos. And that's because the college kids have heard entirely one side. In most colleges, in most classrooms, you've got faculty members who've never been out in the business sector, haven't had jobs in the business world, don't understand why jobs come, why they go away. You're going to have to talk to kids about what it is that makes the economy grow, why America is the most powerful nation on earth. They grew up in this powerful land and think it's always been this way. It hasn't always been this way. It doesn't always have to be this way. It can be if we pursue free market approaches, but if we go down the path of Europe, or even worse, the path of the Soviet Union, those kind of paths obviously are ones that lead an economic collapse.
One final question. 2012 is on people's minds. Any announcement you'd like to make here at our booth?
Tim, I'm concentrated on getting some good Republicans elected in 2010 in the House and the Senate, and hopefully nobody out there is thinking about 2012. We want our president to succeed. Let's fight for what's right for the country and let politics take care of themselves a good deal later.
Great. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks. Good to see you, Tim.